Good morning and welcome to the Monday Motivator. My name is Bree from Loneasy. So today I wanted to talk to you about something that I find extremely useful when you understand it and you recognize it playing out in your work life and in your personal life. And that is the ladder of inference or inference. Say it however you want to say it. So let's lay a bit of a foundation. Let's say you're working hard throughout the day, it's drawing nearer to the end of the workday, and your manager asks you to pick up a piece of work. What do you say? Sure, no worries, I'll get that done, not a problem. But then it means a weekend catch up. You might go, why me? Do they not think I'm working hard enough? And we start creating these stories in our mind that might not necessarily be true, but basing it off assumptions of things that we have observed. Again, it's only our data in our mind that's creating this story. The manager might have a totally different reason. You know, they might have chosen you because they trust you and they have offloaded a piece of work onto you that they trust that you'll get completed. And who's to say that the reward won't come later? So the point is that when we go through life, whether it be personal, whether it be work, depending on a situation or a scenario where someone might say something to you or you might hear something, we start climbing this ladder of inference and forming these stories in our mind, which creates anxiety, worst case scenarios, what if they're thinking this, you know? And half the time, the stories are only our stories in our mind, and no one else knows what's going on. No one else knows except for you because you've built these assumptions in your mind. An awesome example, a lady was walking into her workplace, she was a manager, and she was walking through the workplace and it was early in the morning and she was greeting all the staff. Good morning, how are you? Hi, yes, hello. And she's walking through and let's say Sally's over in the corner at the photocopier. Good morning, Sally, how are you today? And Sally doesn't respond. So she's all of a sudden going, oh, I'll say it again. Morning, Sally. Again, there's no response. So this manager starts building things up in her head. What have I done to her? You know, I always treat her well. I always make sure she feels comfortable. This. She has no reason to ignore me, right? But these stories have allowed her to climb up the ladder of inference. And she's building these assumptions which could affect her mood. It could create negative thoughts towards a person who, in reality, is innocent. And the reason she's innocent is because the manager then walked back through and then she realized that the staff member wasn't ignoring her. The staff member had headphones in. She couldn't hear her. But in that time, she had built up all of these negative scenarios in her mind based off data, which she saw, she observed, and assumptions. And we do this all the time. So when you start building these stories and they can get really radical and extreme really quickly, send you into panic mode, come down the ladder because there's nothing you can do. Depending on whatever the outcome is, depending on whatever the true scenario is, it's better to stay down the ladder in work life and in personal life. I hope that helps. I hope that gives you guys some insights into the ladder of inference, and I hope you have a great week.